Yo, like I always say, if you're not down with the bullshit and you're down with the real shit, like and subscribe. Yo, man, I just wanted to touch on um the whole thing about the, you know, Young Thug, YSL, Gunna case, and all the stuff that went down, and how you got people talking about, oh man, Gunna snitching, man. They found out Gunna was snitching and talking about all the other co-defendants all took plea deals and snitched and um except for like a couple of them. And the thing about it is, man, yo, when you look at what Tekashi 6ix9ine did, that whole, narrative, how that got painted a couple of years ago, it kind of evoked this whole conversation or analyzation of the snitch culture, to where it's like, when you look at what happened to Tekashi 6ix9ine, his whole thing was everybody talking about being down in the cold and all this fucking shit and being true, ride or die, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? And he posed the question of, yo, what am I being loyal to? What am I being down to when the dudes that I'm supposed to be loyal to and down with and don't snitch on, basically, behind my back, had sex with my girl. These dudes is like stealing money from me. They tried to kidnap me, try to extort money from me. But I'm supposed to be, in principle, down with them. So what really is the whole, point of this no snitching policy that we supposed to have in the hood, when like the dudes who you're not supposed to like snitch on and show loyalty to are not showing loyalty to you. And I think like for the first time, based upon his situation and his ordeal, I think you had people really fucking thinking like, yo, wait a minute, man. Shit, not like, older generations, the OGs and stuff from back in the day, the way young people in today's generation is viewing that stuff. Like, wait a minute, man. It's almost like some kind of weird ass setup or some shit like that. You telling me to be loyal to something that's not going to be loyal to me. And if I break the codes, so to speak, I'm the bad person. Like, wait a minute, man. But we know for a fact that you is doing all these fucked up foul things to me and shit like that. Look, man, when John Gotti went down, they talked about Sammy the Bull snitching. But the feds sitting up there playing the tape, letting him hear how reckless and fucked up that John Gotti was speaking, talking about Sammy the Bull. And talking about he need to basically get took the fuck out. This man looking at her like, yo, I was this man right here, man. What the fuck? I was down for this motherfucker. And then plus, everybody's looking at it like saying, yo, motherfuckers told John Gotti stop going out there on Front Street, man. Letting everybody like, see you as being the head man and shit like that. So you didn't listen. You got your own self popped and shit like that. And then you behind motherfuckers' back talking all kind of janky ass fucking shit. Talking about how niggas need to get fucking, assassinated. You want to put a hit on a motherfucker that's supposed to be your right hand man and all this fucking shit. You got them motherfuckers, them top dudes will do that shit. You don't want to take the fucking blame for your own demise so bad that you start looking at it like, oh, well, if the feds brought me down and they knew where shit was stashed at or what we was doing, somebody had to been snitching. But basically you was dude always out there on Front Street. You know what I'm saying? It's just like how the feds started looking at Frank Lucas when he wore that damn chinchilla coat and shit that his wife bought him, when he was telling everybody else, don't be all flashy and everything like that. And then because of a woman, the top man went down because he trying to stunt with a big expensive ass motherfucking coat on that he should have knew damn well that he should have never fucking wore. You know what I'm saying? So you fronting your own self off. Didn't nobody snitch on you or tell anybody. And then plus, what it really comes down to is if you do something to, get yourself, especially you the top dog, and you do something to get yourself, like, putting yourself on Front Street. The feds ain't stupid. They've been fucking monitoring your ass, doing surveillance. Maybe there's some snitches up in this shit, but you ain't helping your cause and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, then dudes might have told you, man, stop doing that, man. Stop doing that. You looking like, man, I'll do what the fuck I want to do. I'll fucking break laws, this and that. They can't touch me. Then they start going interrogating everybody else. Some dudes could be looking at that shit going, yo, fuck this, man. You talking about if I don't comply, this and that, man, they're going to take this from me, they're going to take that from me, they're going to do this to me, they're going to do this to me. Give me this much time and all this fucking shit. All right, if he had never fucking did the shit we told him not to fucking do, we wouldn't be up here getting questioned right now about shit. And now we under threat. So basically, motherfucker, your antics led to me being in this damn situation. If you'd have fucking kept everything low key and down and shit like that, and like, you know what I'm saying, controlled your power from behind the scenes, then we could have all just kept doing what the fuck we were doing. We would have probably never got fucking caught up. Or at least not from you, at least not from you doing that. And then, shit, we wouldn't have to be worried about the shit. Now we got to worry about it. But your whole mindset is, even though I put the whole organization, put myself and everybody out there on Front Street, don't snitch though, like, and you didn't listen to us. So, but it's just the whole thing. I think, that whole stop snitching and all that shit, I think that shit, it don't carry that weight no more. I think it ain't carry that weight like in hella years, any damn fucking way. But I think, like, things are just being more recognized. There's more attention being brought to this whole thing now, especially like with a lot of these rappers who are known figures being put in this situation and stuff, because people seeing now the true the correlation between a lot of these rap stars, hip hop stars, and a lot of these street criminals and everything, and they looking at it like how it all intermingles and how it's intertwined and shit like that, that's even bad for business too, because now the stigma is hip hop culture. See, that's what they're saying, but they using the culture they're really talking about is street culture, gang culture. It just so happened that some of these dudes, they wind up, funneling some of their money into the music business, the hip hop business. But I know, like, a lot of old heads would say, yo, that's always been a thing. It's always been like the mafia, you know what I'm saying? Different shady type people have always been invested in entertainment throughout Hollywood and all the sports, any type of entertainment. There's always been some kind of, seedy ass type people, criminal organizations that are in there some kind of damn way. But when they get in there, they bring that fucking criminal, that street shit, which is basically ruling through violence and intimidation and shit and extortion. That's what the fuck they do out on the streets. That's, you know what I'm saying? So that comes into the music. But you have people want to say the hip hop culture. See, so now hip hop culture is being made as the patsy or the scapegoat, and they're trying to say, oh, well, hip hop pushes this agenda. Hip hop pushes. No, it's the dudes that's in it. These CEOs of these record labels who are ex-drug dealers and shit like that, and and then some of these rappers who basically, you know what I'm saying, it's almost like they just rap just to be fucking rapping. It's a way to kind of like say, all right, let me do something legitimate, like, you know what I'm saying, like how the mafia and gangsters and shit of old was all about, you know what I'm saying, how they started being about, okay, you gotta have some legitimate businesses to kind of like, you know what I'm saying, downplay the illegal activities that we fucking doing, because why? That all had to do with like what they did with Al Capone and how they got him for tax evasion and everything when they couldn't get him on anything else. Once the FBI started doing shit like that, you know what I'm saying, That was a way to get gangsters, the Rico law and all that fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of dudes had to have legitimate businesses so they could just, say like, whoa, this is why I got this house, these cars, and all this fucking shit. So they won't take that shit away, or it won't stand out that they must be doing some illegal business if they don't have anything that could be legible to where it could be traced or tracked down to show that you paying taxes on a business or some proof of ownership or of something that would make it believable and understandable why you have all this wealth and shit like that. So, that's been a practice for a long fucking time. A lot of these guys in music and shit like that, man, are part of the streets and shit like that. So it's them bringing that shit. It's not the hip hop culture, because, guys ain't getting all killed over music. You know what I'm saying? That's not what it is. Just even with the drill rappers, just because you see them saying the shit that they saying, they're bringing the street culture of being gangbangers and all that fucking shit, and they bringing it into the music. And they talking all about what the fuck they gonna do to somebody, or yeah, I shut your mama house up, and yeah, this and that, blah blah. You know what I'm saying? The first MCs, the first rappers, and everything that it was, they wasn't doing none of that fucking shit. Drill music just started how many years ago? Drill music is new. Drill music is in its infancy. Look how long hip hop has been as far as being recorded and everything. Since 79, 80, you know what I'm saying? This shit is new. So this shit ain't been going on throughout hip hop culture and every damn thing and shit like that. It's not the hip hop culture. It's just these type of shady underground figures are coming into the music business and doing the shit that they fucking doing. And a lot of these major record labels, you know what I'm saying? Major distribution labels and stuff like that. They kick back. They make the money. They let these criminals. They let these, namely a lot of these black dudes. They let them handle all the the shit that's going on on that level with the rappers, and they diss themselves, and they stay in their big mansions and all that fucking shit. They just got deals with these dudes. You know what I'm saying? They got deals with these little record labels and all that fucking shit, and they let them just go ahead and they break them off. And as far as the CEOs of the label and shit like that, and they give you what the fuck they choose to give you. That's how it is. But the dudes up, the upper top dudes and shit, the Universal Music Groups and the Warner and Time Warner and all that fucking shit, they all gonna get their money, regardless. It's going down like that any damn way. But they don't want to be a part of all that fucking shit. And they don't give a damn about none of that shit that fucking goes on any damn way, cause shit, everybody that's getting killed mostly is black. And shit, it don't affect them. It don't affect their families and shit like that. They don't want. In fact, they don't want none of that shit. They want that shit as far as away from them as possible. You know what I'm saying? So, and then whatever the fuck happens, you get incarcerated or you fucking die and shit as a fucking artist. Well, shit. Next, they got the rights to all your damn music and every damn thing. They can do remixes and all kind of whatever the fucking licenses. Have your shit going here, there. You don't even know what the fuck they doing all with your fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? They should have sold up. But yeah, man. But like I said,